Okay, everyone, thank you for being with us for Brianna's end of year, her very first end of year presentation with top scholars. So she'll have about 10 to 15 minutes to present. I'll give you a notice when it's in 15 minutes, and then I'll give you 20 so that there's time for comments or questions. I'll monitor the chat, and I will also take care of the waiting room and all that sort of good stuff from back in the back there. You should be able to navigate everything here for you, for share, for recording and all that good stuff. Once you finish, I'll offer a few brief remarks and then kind of just open the floor to anybody else, both online as well as in my house. So with that, let's hear about your year.
Hi everyone, my name is Briana Sepulveda. I am a first-year top scholar, and this is my year of exploration. If you don't know me, I'm doing biomedical engineering with a minor in biology and chemistry. But when I first got to UCSA, I originally applied as a biology major because I had always wanted to be a doctor, and to me, doctor meant biology. So, but then I learned about biomedical engineering, and I had always been interested in robotics. So I thought, why not give it a try? Because it sounded interesting. So with that comes a lot to learn. So I feel like I learned so much this year, particularly while I had been in robotics, I was more in documentation and the engineering process rather than actual technical skills. And this year I learned a lot in that sense. So my first project was the robo-body, which you can see over there. And I actually catted the head and the tail for it. And I had never catted before. That was my first experience. And for some reason, I just decided like, oh, I've done 2D art before. Sure, I can CAD. So I volunteered to do that part. And I feel like I was able to do it pretty well. And so I learned a lot in that sense. And then with the robo sensor, we took $30 worth of materials, and then we were able to create a sensor that could calculate the SpO2, the BPM, and the temperature of blood. So that was really fun. We're almost done with that. It's about to be completed this Friday, actually. And then the last thing was in my intro class for BME, I wasn't sure how much I was going to get out of it. I thought it was going to be more information based, but then she actually assigned us a project and was like, pick anything you want. And I was like, that's so broad. But I don't know if you know, my dad had cancer, and while that was a really difficult time, it also kind of gave me a path and kind of focused my interest a little bit more. So I proposed to my team to create a chemoport that was more focused in diagnostics and would be able to detect thrombosis or infection. Because a lot of people do suffer from complications that are associated with chemoports. My team actually said yes, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. And then I didn't CAD that. That's beyond where I'm at right now, but I'll get there at some point. But we actually were able to figure out what kind of sensors you would use, like maybe using a pressure sensor on the catheter to be able to detect if the blood flow is altered in any sense, so you could see if there's any either like calcification or any kind of clotting, and then also like a biomarker sensor to understand where there's infection. So yeah, that was my experience learning a lot about technical skills. I remember when we were talking about our robo-router project, I actually my team was talking about it, and then there's this guy that we were telling, and he was like, oh, so you just painted it? And I was like, no, like, and I'm usually meant to just be like, no, it's okay. And then, but I had nice group members, and they were like, actually, she catted it, she did this. And it felt really good to finally kind of feel like not such a fake engineer, because I kind of just changed into this major not knowing much, and I've been kind of realizing that everybody to a sense doesn't really know what they're doing either, and you just have to figure it out as you go. And then I also joined Dr. G's Advanced Biophotonics and Nanotechnology Lab. Now, when I heard that, I was like, I have no clue what any of that means. I don't know what biophotonics are. The only kind of technology, like I've heard of the microbots from Big Hero 6, but that's about it. I don't know any, I'm not at Nano yet. But it's actually been really interesting. I'm currently helping with 2 projects. First one is the biosensor project, and basically how that one works is there's a crystal, and then a laser is when the laser goes through the crystal, it shoots up. You put a sensor on top, and then based off the refractive index of whatever's on top, the angle at which it's caught changes, and then you can detect that based off the program. So what I'm going to be doing is mostly I've been trying to get the microfluidic channels to work, so that's been difficult, but I finally fixed it, and so I'll be able to perform a lactate assay for triple negative breast cancer research. It actually will work for any tumor because tumors are heterogeneous. So basically, if you just use the same kind of generalized treatment, it's not going to be as successful as if you can identify which areas there's hepatotoxia or different pH levels. So that's the goal of that one. And then the IBL project, I'm not super allowed to talk that much about that because it's not completely just my project. So, but I learned a lot. That was my introduction to optics. So I've been learning about fiber coupling and then optimizing the output of the fiber. And that's for cardiac applications. I would go into it. It's actually really interesting, but I was told I can't. So. Yeah, that's my lab experience. Oh, also I forgot to mention. Oh shoot, I don't know how to go back. Okay. My lab partner, Alvin, we took Gen Chem 1 lab this semester, and that's supposed to be one of the hardest labs. And we finally took our practical. We're done. But I'm really proud to be Alvin's partner, and I feel like we did really well. And I can't wait to see what we do in Gen Chem 2. And then this I'll keep brief, but we participated in a health policy hackathon. Me and Andrea heard about it, and we saw health policy, public health policy, two things we've never been involved in, but like, yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that. So then we got Wahid and Maria on the team, and we all sat and we were like, hey, our only connection to health policy is, or public health, is Madison, and she can't do it. So we have a lot of learning to do, and we did over the 36 hours. We learned a lot. We wrote an 8-page policy memo advocating that housing is healthcare, and but we also learned maybe for these kind of things, big projects are not necessarily what's going to win because ours was very expensive. We backed up like numbers wise how it would be helpful, but at the end of the day, I think what they were more looking for were things that were more attainable in short time. But yeah, we learned a lot about Medicaid. And we proposed that there be housing vouchers for pregnant women because maternal health is a really big problem in Harris County. So that was that experience. As you can see, it was rough. And then this was me engaging in a lot of the top scholar service events. I went to a lot of them actually. I went to Corazon several times because I really enjoyed it. I did food distribution, clothes distribution. I made first aid kits, and I worked in the harm center, which that one was probably my favorite because Corazon San Antonio, if you don't know, is actually one of the only syringe exchange programs. So you can take your used syringe and then get them for clean ones. And people would actually give them to me, and then I would create the personalized kits for them based off the amount of syringes that they had. And the guy showed me how to do it once, and it was like, okay, you're up. And but it was really fun. And I learned a lot. And then I started volunteering at the Corazon Clinic. I learned how to take vitals the first day, and then I started to learn charting, bedside manner. I was in the pharmacy. I did do the best in that one, but in the next time I will. And then I also worked in the food bank with Top Scholar as well. And then leadership. So I was a junior officer for RAS my first semester, and then events coordinator for the second semester, and then Quality of Life Plus, I was a secretary this semester. And while those are like nice roles, they were also more in terms of like event planning, maybe like coordinating, those types of things. But I'm really excited because next semester for QL Plus, I'm going to get to be a project director. So I'm going to get to lead 2 projects. So I'm excited to see that. I'm going to learn a lot because I'm going to have to know it before I teach it. But I'm excited about that opportunity. And then I will also be the director of students next fall. So I'm excited about that. And then you might be wondering what's in the corner. That is Andrea, because she ran a half marathon. And that might seem kind of random, but while I think that like the roles are nice, I feel like a lot of leadership is just showing up and being there for the people that either need you to be there or just being there for people's accomplishments. So me and Michaela had fun going to her half marathon, which she actually placed second place in. And then we also got to meet Darren Fox, who is like a starter for this verse. So that was really cool. And then my summer plans. So I'm going to continue working in Dr. Yu's research lab because especially because my PhD student is leaving, he's graduating, but he's been my main mentor and he's been teaching me everything. So I need to learn as much as I can before he leaves because I'm supposed to be absorbing a lot of the work. I've already been told about a couple projects, so we'll see how that goes. And then I want to continue volunteering at Corazon Clinic on Wednesdays and Sundays. I hope that maybe I can become a lead by the end of the summer, just by continuing to engage and volunteer there. And then I'm hoping to take physics too. I'm as soon as I get my grade for physics, then I can get that process going. But yeah, and then I've been working on a certification for RICE. It's a Coursera course, but it's for medical terminology in Spanish. So I haven't been fluent in Spanish. So it's maybe like 13, so I'm hoping to get back there at some point. And hoping to volunteer at Western Hills Baptist Hospital, which is close to Robb State. And then further improvement. A lot of you know I don't get a lot of sleep, and my eating habits are not very good. And this time next year, I want to be able to say that I was nice to myself and my body, because I haven't been this semester. But I hope that next semester that will happen. I'll be getting more sleep. I'll be eating better, as I kind of get wrapped up in life and everything that I have to do, and I don't focus on those things. And then balancing engineering and medicine, I personally, they're starting to bridge, and I really enjoy that, but I want to be able to engage in both without maybe prioritizing one, because I feel like my fall semester, I prioritize engineering more, and then I'm trying to get work medicine back into that, because that is my end goal. And then approaching and developing relationships with faculty. I did not do the best at that. I had a lot of mentors from other top scholars that were older, but I did have a negative experience with faculty in the past, and that's kind of made me really apprehensive to approach faculty. So I need to work on that, because though I've formed good relationships with both my PI and my PhD student, I do know that I am a medicine student or a pre-health student, so I do need to find relationships in that sense. And also top scholar resources as well. I kind of get nervous to ask for help when I should just ask for help. So yeah, I'm hoping to do better about developing relationships with faculty. And then I remember feeling really disappointed in myself, because I felt like in high school I was a good artist, I was a good athlete, and a good student. And then when I came here, I kind of let those things go, and then I was only a student. So when you kind of start struggling as the one thing you're supposed to be good at, it doesn't feel the best, you know? But I was making this presentation, I was looking through my camera roll, and I started like finding all the things that I did do that were true to who I am in my art. And I just want to share that, because it made me feel better about maintaining those aspects of me. So yeah, I made my little brothers things for Christmas. One of my brothers, we have a favorite soccer player, so I painted him that, and then I drew him that, and I did lots of nails here at Guad. I see gray every 6 weeks, but yeah, there's more, but I just picked these. And then you can't really see, but discovering who I'm becoming. So this is kind of my getting past things that I've been scared of and learning new skills. So I've always been not terrified, but scared of cats. And then I decided to just babysit or cat sit for a week. And me and Boris became buddies. Like, I love Boris. And now I'm not really scared of cats anymore. Obviously some of them. But yeah, that was a great experience that I really wasn't expecting to be. And then I jumped off some poles. I was scared of heights too. And then I started learning how to cornrow, because Michaela came and she said, I want to get cornrows. And though I do struggle with confidence in a lot of aspects, anything to do with my hands, I'm like, I can do that. So I did her hair a couple times, and hopefully by the end of the 4 years, they'll be like cleaner, but I feel like pretty good now. And then I've always been terrified of dancing. Like I was always the kid at the quinces who sat at the table. I didn't want to dance, never, because I was just very self-conscious and I didn't want to. But I went dancing with Andrea. We bumped into a lot of people, but we had fun, and it kind of made me realize that these are things that I am capable of, and anything that I want to do, I can. And one thing that I've always wanted to do was learn folklorico, because I had a teacher who taught who did folklorico, and she would come to the schools and show us, and I always thought it was such a beautiful form of art. So even though it's even scarier to be a beginner as an adult than it is as a kid, I would still love to do that at some point, and hopefully maybe that's something that I can pursue in the summer or next semester. And then yeah, those are my fun times. I saw La La Land in concert. That was a great experience. I went to a country concert to an artist I had never seen in my life, and then now I love him, and I listen to him all the time. I will tell you that though you can't see it, we've watched so many movies in the Guadalcanal area, lots of shows. I've never laughed more, cried more, felt more heard than in the Guadalcanal area, and I have all of y'all to thank for that. I want to thank all of you. Artie, you've been such a great friend and mentor to me. I genuinely can't even understand how you did that, but I hope to do that for my little. And Kenzie as well, you've always reached out, made sure that I was okay, and Zaina too. And all of you, really. I'm not afraid to say that I love y'all, and thank you so much for all your help throughout this semester, throughout these 2 semesters. And yeah, that's my end of your presentation.
Job, Briana. It was a joy to see all of this, and I think you're a real connector, and your energy is infectious, and that's just fantastic to see. And I'm excited to see how you continue to grow in your confidence and grow kind of into who you are. I think you know who you are. You know where your strengths are. So keep leaning into those. You're doing all the right stuff. Just, you know, keep your eye on the prize. Thoughts from other folks that are here with us? Artie and then Kinsey.
Briana, it's been an absolute honor to be your big. I have no idea how you do all this stuff, I'll be honest. This being your first year is absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to see what you're accomplishing in the next 3, and even beyond that too. I know next year we're gonna be working hard on getting all those awards, all these like everything is gonna be coming more your way. I can't wait to see how you're gonna, mentor your little, and I'm excited for the growth.
Thank you.
I just want to say I'm so proud of you. I feel like I knew a lot of the stuff you're doing, but I guess I did not know the crazy extent of all the things you were doing. I'm just so proud of you for one, being able to manage it, and two, being aware that you want to work on like your sleep and your health schedule. That's something I struggled a lot with my freshman year too. So I'm excited to see how you grow into that, and of course how you grow into your artsy side too, and like your hobbies. And maybe you should do my nails one day. But yeah, I just want to say I'm so proud of you. You're an amazing top scholar, and I can't wait to see what you're doing in the next 4 years. It's going to be awesome.
I just want to say, Briggs, you've had so many like awesome times in Guad, and I've seen the times where you struggle to like reflecting on your year and like things that you've been doing, maybe not feeling like you've done enough. But honestly, I want to say that I'm like so proud, like all of y'all, like big inspiration. Every time I was looking at you and you would say, "Loki, I don't feel like I'm doing enough," I'm like, you like I've seen like you've done so many great things, and so I'm so proud, and I can't wait to see what you do like going forward. And I know you're just gonna be so successful. So yeah.
Well, first of all, I just want to start off by saying I think I really got to know you this semester by being your lab partner, and that was such an amazing experience. I couldn't have asked for a better lab partner, but I think more than that, you're much more than an academic weapon. You're in all of these things, but I think the best part about you is like your flamboyant personality. You're just so nice and caring to everyone. I think eventually that's what's going to make you such a great physician.
I'm so proud of you, and I'm so excited to see how far you go. I'll hopefully be back your senior year selection, so I'll be able to catch up with you. But it's just been so nice seeing you get selected, enter the program, and then really come into your own so quickly. And of course, there's going to be struggles, but it really looks like you've handled it so well. And I've also sent your nail Instagram to like 3 different people. So I'm so happy that you're a part of this program. And like everyone just said, you are such a bright person, and I'm so lucky to have met you.
Right. Thanks, everyone.